VCR Party Life. VCR Party Life. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they found. VCR Party Life. VCR Party Life. Melinda's.
Hello, Melinda's. Welcome to the show. It's VCR party time. I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Hell yeah. We get some nonverbal nods from
Very excited.
Okay, we got sound and video going tonight, guys, so speak up.
They always hit their mute buttons. I think that's a problem because then we ask them a question, you have to wait like 15 seconds until they unmute their things. Guys,
I do it to stop interrupting Nick. That's why I mute myself.
Otherwise, they don't hear me cursing George underneath my breath.
Okay, all right.
Well, those are our co-hosts that are not getting paid, Steve and George. So,
but they're still there. They are getting ridiculed.
They are, yes. And
Joe, payment.
Joe, you're broadcasting from the spooky basement in Wisconsin.
Yep,
that our pal Jakester.
From Jakester's basement. He lives like 2 miles from my parents' place. I'm visiting my parents, seeing my niece and my nephew this week. And this is my place. This is where I go to. This is my summer home here. A dusty basement with exercise gear that rarely gets used.
Okay, no plasma ball in the background tonight.
It requires an extension cord that goes to another room. And so Tom wasn't up for it. So no plasma ball. No.
All right. Well, no production value tonight, but and I'm not surrounded by 10,000 tapes, but normally we are. And I think it's always time to start off with a found footage festival classic.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
Have you guys seen the show Physical yet? It's on Apple Plus, which I think I have a free trial going right now. It's really good. Rose Byrne plays like a frustrated housewife who Rory Scovel is her husband, and she is kind of miserable and neurotic, and she is a former ballet dancer, and then takes an aerobics class in the early 80s, and it transforms her. And she, I don't know where the series is going, but it sounds like she's gonna maybe start her own like fitness empire. And that reminded me a lot of Jazzercise, because Judy Shepard from Jazzercise, I think she just in California started a little aerobics studio, and this was the same time that like Jane Fonda did and Richard Simmons. They were all starting these workout studios, and they became empires. So with that in mind, I cut together a little something new from the classic Jazzercise. Just to recap, the elephants were jazzercising along with her there.
How did they get them to do that?
They willingly did it. They took the class and...
Those legs. This is called an attitude of the leg. Come on, find your pelvis. I know you've got one, and it's okay to move it, for heaven's sake. Yes. Yeah, do it again.
You gotta find that boogie body. Okay, that's good. Looks good. Feel the beat. Chicka, 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 chicka. Now take it to the right. Don't your thighs love it? I just hear them squealing with delight. Yeah. Now we're gonna make a free throw right here. Here. Ha! Here.
NBA playoffs.
Here. Woo! And you win.
Yeah. So that's Jazzercise. The other reason I played that was because we're playing that drive-in at the Mahoning drive-in theater. So if you're in, I don't know, anywhere near Pennsylvania, we're playing this drive-in theater on, when is it? July 11th?
That sounds right. Yeah. Sometime around then. Yeah.
It's part of their VHS festival they do annually. We're on a Sunday, and we're going to do Tape Trading Classics show, but we're releasing a zine basically that night.
Yeah, we put together all of our exercise videos. It's just going to be all exercise videos, but the zine's going to come out every so often. And this first one, the first installment, is going to be all about celebrities. Then after that, maybe we'll do one on exercise devices, and then after that, we'll do one on cool-looking covers or something like that. But yeah, first one's going to be celebrities, and yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, so you can get it,
so far,
get
it
it
looks
there.
funny.
Yeah, and you can get it there, I think, exclusively for a while, and then maybe we'll get some copies to put on the website. But it's going to be limited, so get them while you can.
Hey, Steve, what do you got behind you?
Melinda, Adam Riot Thorne sent this one, and it's a cool one. So there is a cinema called Eyesore Cinema. It's in Toronto, Canada, and it's one of the last video rental stores. It's run by what I've been told is a grumpy old Daniel Hanna and his volunteers, and apparently a lot of the people who either volunteer or frequent are big found footage fans. And they sadly had to close the door for the pandemic. So he's hoping that Adam is hoping that the cinema can be part of the reopen soon, and they can screen the weird and underground films as well as the films made by the volunteers of Eyesore Cinemas themselves. He said to expect the movie Amityville Outhouse before the year is over, and he's going to add a dedicated to the Melindas into the film's credits because why
nice.
Not? Yeah, I love
yes, that. I've heard of this place. Yes, this sounds like a cool place. Nick, have we actually been there though? I don't think we've actually been there. It's been on our list for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I mean, Toronto's so big, we haven't gotten over there. But we should when we're there next. Hopefully, they'll be open. But next time we get to Toronto.
And if anyone's interested, or you guys can do it to yourselves, is eyesorecinema.com. We'll link you to all their social media. But thanks a lot, Adam, for supporting us.
Did you just say you guys can do it to yourselves? Is that?
You guys can do it yourselves. Hopefully I said, but I'm sure I missed that.
So. Okay, thanks for the support, Adam.
Hey, I wanted to get into some celebrity bullshit.
Let's do it.
Celebrity bullshit. Celebrity bullshit.
Okay, this week. So I actually traveled with this. I imported it last week, and then I grabbed the VHS tape and I traveled with it. It's an anti-smoking video called Stop Smoking for Life. And it's hosted by a celebrity who smoked for most of his career. And his name is plastered all over the front because they wanted to move some copies. But so I had to use a lot of Post-it notes on this one. But I think there's a lot of clues here. If you guys want to take a guess at who stopped smoking for life, Nick, you might know this one because we've had this on the shelf for a long time.
Yeah.
Finally got around to watching it and going to show a clip. But Steve and George, you guys got any guesses? Do you see the clues?
Bruce Willis.
Okay, George.
I'm going with Yul Brenner.
Okay, two good guesses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here it is. Stop smoking for life. Celebrity bullshit. It starts off with I like this FBI warning. I like what they did with this. I wonder what it was with FBI warnings. Like everybody could just make their own FBI warning.
Yeah.
Some of them look like stock FBI warnings, but sometimes the FBI warnings look like they made it themselves. So,
yeah, I think it was whoever was editing got to put their own on there.
All right, here it is. Stop smoking for life. We should do more with FBI warnings. Here's your celebrity. I'll allow you guys to change your celebrity guess just this one time.
Larry Hagman.
I was going to go Hagman too.
James Garner.
Pretty effective intro.
It is.
Marlboro Man.
There it is. 100% Hagman.
Isn't Hagman in the opening graphic for Celebrity Bullshit?
No, you're
Barbara Eden.
you're thinking of Coolio.
What about Barbara Eden?
Oh, is that Hagman?
Yeah.
That should clear the air.
Oh, yeah. He is then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know Hagman was in.
Yeah.
Ever since I stopped smoking, I really appreciate clean air. And that's one of the reasons I try to help other people to stop.
Okay, so that's him on the beach there. And so that's it. Larry Hagman, you guys got it right on your second guess. But I want to show this cool graphic. You know, every so often you come across a cool graphic. It should be another corner, but it's hard to find them. So I found one on this
like
one.
rodent control in the pork industry, for example.
Exactly.
When you inhale, it goes right into your bloodstream and into your brain in about 6 seconds. Your heart.
It's like a cool guy, whoever that is.
I mean, is that our thumbnail for the week, Nick? Right there.
That's pretty
Show's
tempting.
not over.
Yeah.
Your heart
We
beats
still got a lot of show left, but
faster. Your pulse starts to pound. Adrenaline pumps into your system, and you feel more alert. Of course.
yeah. So there's Hagman. Yeah, you're right. It is. Hagman is in the intro for that. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Very
All
cool.
All right. A little little tip off of who that might be.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say about Hagman? Oh, I was gonna see if he
You have
did
all the respect in the world for him?
Yeah, that's what it was. I have all the respect in the world for Larry Hagman. No, actually, I was gonna ask you, Joe, do you think having watched that, do you think you'll stop smoking for life?
Well, I mean, I'm not a smoker. I'm a couple beers kind of smoker.
Oh, you should
guy.
do
And
stop smoking while drinking for life. That should be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
But
stop
the answer to
smoking.
your question is no. I'm not
Okay.
going to. Yeah.
Stop smoking between cigarettes is
Right.
your
Yeah.
your
The
video.
spinoff.
No, like mine's going to be called a smoke after a couple beers is okay because it's like peanut butter and chocolate. It's just like it's a 1-2 punch. That's going to be the title of my video there.
Yours
Like,
will be a how-to about how to bum a cigarette after a show.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore though because it's too expensive to ask people to. And you used to offer up the dollar, and the dollar's not even worth it anymore. So
Plus the pandemic, you don't really want to. I don't know. Maybe germs.
Well, here's the secret: you got to find a projectionist who smokes, because you're going to be talking to them all night anyway, and then you can smell the smoke on them, and then you say, "Oh, hey, do you smoke?" Even though you know the answer, and they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, could I bum one?" And then you go out for a smoke together.
You kind of play coy with the projectionist. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's trick of the trade. So yeah, my video should be coming out soon.
Okay, good. Let's get into some flying windows this week. We always like to spotlight windows that fly in the intros to videos, and our good pal Reese from Australia sent us a new one just when we think we've run out of types or speeds or interweavings of the ways windows fly. This is a subtle one, but I liked how gentle these windows flew.
It's important that we keep this segment fresh because I think it's probably about a year old now. I think we started this about a year ago.
That's
and
true.
I feel like we are keeping this pretty fresh. I don't think it's gotten stale, and I look forward to it every week.
Very slow, gold bordered and beveled windows.
Yeah. Matching borders.
Rotation.
These windows match the music
All
well.
types of people in all types of places use dry cleaning. They look clean, feel clean. They dry clean.
Yeah, some flying windows from the Dry Cleaning Institute of Australia.
That was like, it was insanely, it was like a glacier window. Like it's a flying window, but it took its goddamn time.
Yeah, everything moves a little slower over there in Australia.
And backward.
And
Right.
yeah, the windows actually rotate the other way because they're on the other side of the hemisphere.
Right.
Thank
Nick,
you, Reese.
Thanks, Reese. Nick, I'm totally stoked about my raviolis today. Do you want to see my raviolis today?
I'd love to.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
All right, you're stoked. What do you got?
Okay, so this is I started Joe's Pitch Corner. This is a Joe's Pitch Corner here. We're going to start off with this. Here's the graphic for it.
Joe's Pitch Corner.
Okay, so this is the corner where I pitch things to you guys, and we see if we want to do it or not. And then I'll do the pitch, and then we'll see at the end if we want to do it.
Mhm.
Okay, so I recently watched a movie that I loved that I forgot that I loved and that nobody has seen because it's like buried on YouTube. It doesn't have any distribution. And I thought, you know what? We should do a pitch corner. I should do a pitch corner called Movies for Melindas, where we show like a movie or something, maybe, you know, nothing like obvious, but like something like this. This movie's called Driver 23. Steve, George, have you guys heard of Driver 23?
No.
Nick, I think I've watched it with you before. So
yeah, I have a bootleg DVD of that, and that's the follow-up called The Atlas Moth, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them. Yeah, and it's only bootleg DVDs. And this is such a great movie. It's very American movie. It's a documentary about this guy who's a musician in Minneapolis, and he's in a metal band, and he's also a courier driver. And he also, I think he suffers from schizophrenia, or they're not exactly clear what it is. But so he's juggling all these things, and he just makes his life harder on himself. But he is like a funny dude, and he just has these Borchardian quotes. There's so many great lines. And I found it recently on YouTube. It has 217 views. And I was so excited because like you can't find that movie anywhere. I went looking for the DVD, and the DVD is like $70 on eBay.
Wow.
And so I'm just telling the Melindas now. I'm going to show 3 clips, and Nick will intersperse between. But
Okay.
like this is my Joe's Pitch Corner, Movies for Melindas, Driver 23. And this first clip, he has a lot of animals, and whenever he gives interviews, there's always chaos. Nothing comes easy to this guy. And so I just want to show some scenes where he's giving an interview, and there's animals in the scene being crazy. So here it is.
Okay, yeah, I was a rhesus baby, and what that is that there's an RH factor, a rhesus factor. It's named after the rhesus monkey, where they did the experiments and discovered how to deal with it. If the parents are a certain combination, then they have the chance of having children that have the wrong type for their mother somehow, and when that baby is born,
How is he not distracted?
How is the director not saying, "Hey, wait, can we get the dog and the ferret out from the?" But I love that they didn't.
Yes,
I'm not paying attention to a word that he's talking about. He's talking about his like his chemistry and his
Mark
brain
Maroney of acting.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hold on, it gets better.
Mother and the child, and the mother's blood builds up antibodies to fight that blood. Okay, so the first baby gets away okay, but what they do is they get the mom to build up this immunity to it. So the next child that comes along, if there is, with the same factor, when they're born and the blood mingles, the mother's antibodies get into the baby's system and attacks the baby's blood, and the baby has no match. The baby would die, and I was one of those.
So okay, so here's the next. This is the next scene with chaos and animals. So this is week 32 of them working on their album.
See, it's dinking around between 0 and 3. It's that perfect. It's constantly adjusting. And made a mallet here with friction tape, and then I mounted this mic on it and just hit it like that. Ran it through some effects, and another trip where I sped up the tape and then slowed it back down so it sounds lower. But that's it. It sounds like timpani on the recording, but it's not.
Yeah, okay. So that's
just a
part
lot of
one.
chaos. Yeah.
It's just constant chaos. It's just dogs barking, ferrets screaming. Oh, it's just that. So that's just one. So we'll ease into this.
I have another movie for Melinda that I'm going to show as my second clip, but I'm heading to the beach this week. Since I moved to New York, I found a place called Ocean City, New Jersey, and it's about a 2.5-hour drive down the South Jersey shore, and it's a lovely place. It's got tons of mini golf, great beaches, and it's a dry island too, so you don't get like the seedy Jersey Shore part. It's just kind of good family fun. And I was looking for home movies, and I found one labeled Ocean City Home Movie 1987. And it turns out it's from the larger Ocean City, Maryland. But I feel like you still get the theme of what these East Coast boardwalks are like. And I call this one also, it has a subtitle that I call Jeffrey, Don't Do That, because the little kid's name is Jeffrey in it, and he gets scolded. So here's Ocean City, Maryland home movie 1987, aka Jeffrey, Don't Do That.
Jeffrey! I hear hell, you're leaving. Yeah. Jeffrey, you're looking better all the time. Well, you're looking. Talk some.
Oh, the grandpa has the camera right now. And he can't figure out how to do it.
They never can.
No.
Okay, it's on. Just leave it alone until you're ready. Should I just keep pushing the red button? No. Once you push it, the green light. Button. Keep pushing the thumb button while you're talking. You see the green light on, leave it alone. Then when you're ready to stop, hit it again. Green light is on.
Okay. It's beautifully composed.
Yeah.
Oh! You blew it, kid.
I love these things.
I do too. I'll always play one if I'm near one.
You shoot the barrel and the drunk comes out of it.
Was that the previous cinematographer?
Yes, this is the grandpa, and you can tell
Okay.
Jeffrey doesn't like the hands-on lesson here and the air pistol. Kind of like shoves him off. I love this shot.
The good-looking one is our kid, not that one. That one. Oh, terrible! Hey, he's the danger. Oh God, that was exciting. That's it, folks. Want my money back?
We want our money back. We want our money back. We want our money back.
Oh, you talk about haunted. Now that's haunted right there.
I tell you how young you look, not how old you look. How old you feel, I mean. How you doing? Good. What are we guessing, young lady? Here, look at the camera. Look, we're going to be on USA Today. See that? Now wave real nice.
We're gonna be on USA Today? Did he mean like, what was he trying to say there?
USA Network?
That's what I thought he was going to say. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, or the Today Show maybe, but he said USA Today.
Camera, look, we're going to be on USA Today. See that? Now wave real nice to the man. Wave real nice. Come on. See that? Okay.
I like the shot of the woman coughing going into the arcade. A lot of the cinematography here is great.
Yeah.
How old do you think she is? I'm going to guess 13.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
That's
yeah.
a 1987 13, yeah.
Right. I thought the grandpa's cinematography.
Jeffrey,
was
don't do
better.
that.
Threw sand at the camera.
There you go.
So the grandpa spanked him for
Wait.
throwing sand to the camera.
Back it up. I want to see this
Okay.
again.
Yeah. So he throws sand once, and then he doesn't learn his lesson. Throws it again. The grandpa's had enough. And then he slaps him back. He slaps him back. So yeah, that is the Ocean City, Maryland home movie. from
Oh, that
Jeffrey.
kid's in jail now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jeffrey, don't do that. Whole thing was about 90 minutes long, but I picked my favorite parts of it. Excited for the beach.
Wait, where'd you say you got it?
I found it on YouTube when I was looking up Ocean City home movies, and I thought that was Ocean City, New Jersey, but it was Maryland. And I watched a ton of them. I watched a ton of them to find that one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All right, next up for Joe's Pitch Corner, movies for Melinda's. Driver 23. There's this scene. Okay, so the first half of the movie is him. He's going to his first gig, and he hates carrying the gear up from his studio in the basement. He records down there. He practices down there, and he wants to come up with a system so that a pulley system, so he doesn't have to carry it up. And all the band members are like, "Can we just carry it up? I know it's a lot of work, but there's 4 of us. We can all just carry it up together." He's like, no. I have this ramp idea. So there's 2 parts to the ramp scene too. There's the first part, and then they do the gig, and then he comes back and he wants to repair the ramp and do it even better. And when you're watching this movie, like 25 minutes in, you're like, is this movie about a man trying to make a ramp? Because you barely see him play music. It's just him working on this ramp for so long. And I just cut together my favorite scenes from both of the ramp scenes. I saved some for you when you watch this movie, because it's arguably the best part of this movie, the ramp scenes. Nick, you remember the ramp scenes?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
kind of an inventor. He's kind of like everything's kind of DIY.
Well, also and he makes exercise equipment too with
Right.
milk crates and yeah, it's so good. Here it is.
Bun's music career. I hope it takes off.
This is his wife, who's also
I
a clown.
believe in him.
What I want you to do, Rolf, is help him. Then when I say you got to the right point, Sean anchors, and then you come in and help me pull it up, okay? Okay, you're most of the way up. Okay. Okay, give me some slack. What? Slack. Come back. Come back. Yeah, like I said, you want to get gloves, but see how that's wrapped around?
This is his buddy. This is the bass player, and he's like his Mike Shank.
Then you can just grip the other one through the cloth again. If you start to lose grip, you'll see this moving. And it's not going to happen, but you can be sure that if it's not moving, you're not losing grip.
It's a big load.
Ah, that was the test. I didn't get here in time. I should have gotten here before then. Okay, wait.
Okay, Dan, you're gonna want to get this up on the ramp again.
Just a second. Just let me think a second here. Rolf, can you put down the camera?
Rolf's the filmmaker, and he
Right.
always asks Rolf for help. He's the filmmaker. Rolf, can you put down the camera?
Dan, don't you think it would be just easier to carry it up?
No, I don't. And besides, if you're building something that's a prototype, you have to expect a few fallbacks. That's one of the reasons why I took the whole day off.
George, what floor do you live on?
Third floor. I need two of these at least.
Yeah. Another animal.
It looks like more work, doesn't it?
Just get two guys to carry it.
Well, this is the second ramp scene, and that nobody showed up, so they didn't want to participate.
Too bad
And
Rolf
as a-
isn't putting down the camera.
Yeah.
Ralph loves the shots of the feet.
What's that?
Ralph loves the shots of the feet.
Oh
It's
yeah,
one of
I
his
love
big-
the shots of the feet
Yeah.
too.
I just hopped on that and it cracked. Could you? I mean, we're gonna be pulling this up.
Yeah, so you got to remember something, Jeff.
Well, now-
That's I don't want to explain. Take too much time right now. But the wheel cart has 6 points, all spread apart where they bear weight.
Yeah.
It divides the weight out. You have all your weight on 2 little feet, and you keep shifting so that there's all your weight on 1 little point. That shit. Don't ask me anything for a second. I started because I was answering the question. I started screwing it back in.
You got distracted.
I think to answer your question, I can't do this at the same time.
Great shot.
No one needs to leave their position. So everybody gets breaks while other people are doing things so that no one gets super tired like I am right now. Because I'm having to play 3 different roles here. Actually 2. But...
The other band members are just like, let's just carry it up.
Yeah.
While he's so this is, and then all that work to play for
Right.
what, 6 people?
That was just to
I think.
rehearse, right? Or to record up there with the equipment?
Well, they rehearsed, they record down the
Yeah.
basement, and then they
Yeah.
brought it up, all the equipment up, so they could play this gig
Got
at
it.
Ryan's. Yeah, and so and then they play for 7
15 people?
disinterested.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, it's
But
so much work.
That's what being in a band is like, right? There's one person who's trying to keep it together. Everybody else is thinking of leaving.
It's very hard to watch. I gotta tell you.
I was gonna say, George, you
Like
looked
my own life.
exhausted. You looked exhausted while you were watching that.
I'm driver 24.
George, have you seen that movie? Have you seen Driver 23?
No, and I can't. I don't want to. It just,
You should.
It
You
would
should.
make me feel worse.
It'll
Has
speak
Jakester
to you.
seen it?
Yeah, we watched it the other night.
Okay.
And he's just like, this is my life. Like, he knew all the people, they're trying to make it. The bass player, but the bass player he's such a nice guy, and he's like wants to help out Dan. Dan Cleveland is the protagonist in this, and he just wants to help him out. And so they're kind of the duo. They're always together in the band. Drummers drop out, guitarists drop out, but it's these two guys that.
And this is documentary, not scripted.
Yeah, it's a documentary. Yeah, and it's a little rough around the edges too. It's like it's a first-time filmmaker at the time. I think he's a professor at University of Minnesota now. But this is his first film. And Nick, it reminds me a lot. Nick and I shot a documentary for our senior project in college about a local musician. And we didn't really know what we were doing, but I feel like that's kind of what this filmmaker was like. But he had such a great subject that it works. So.
I have another movie for Melinda's to recommend, and this is also beach inspired. I've been collecting VHS covers, mostly of beach comedies from the 80s, because they usually all the covers involve a giant bikini lady with tiny guys like hanging on her bikini or planting a flag. And this is a new one I found called Beach House from 1982. You can see a giant bikini lady on the actual beach house with tiny people.
What's your take on that? Like, why do they do it? Why are there so many of those?
My take is that the theme to a lot of these is that the female body was something to be feared. That was like so huge. That was this big unattainable goal for all these horny teenagers. So they make it that big. And also it's treated as a conquest, planting a flag but it's also the guys are powerless to do anything about it. They're clueless nerds. So
plus it's an opportunity for them to like show a really big like half naked lady on the cover. Yeah.
So I just got this because the cover, I saw it and it's mature. And by the way, I don't know if you can see the tagline: bikinis, beer, and rock and roll.
Oh,
so,
the big three.
And I was excited to watch the movie.
Three of a kind.
Yep. And I watched the movie and was stunned. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It takes place in Ocean City, New Jersey. It was shot there in 1979, and it's a dry island, so I don't know why it's beer and and it's mostly for families. So not a lot of beer or rock and roll or bikinis there, or babes, I should say. But
it sounds like hell to me, Nick. To be honest, everything you just described, Ocean City sounds like hell.
Oh, it's the best.
Dry families and. Yeah, hardly any babes.
It's great. So here's what plays against that. It's Beach House. It's a group of Philadelphians and a group of Brooklynites who share a beach house. One has the top, one has the bottom. There's not a trailer for this that I know of, so I cut my own. Great soundtrack.
Ocean City. What do I know from Ocean City? I can drive to Dallas, Texas for all I care.
Because that's a Brooklyn guy.
This place don't look too exciting. Why couldn't we go to Fire Island or up to Catskills like we always do?
Look, we go there every year. I figure we need a change. Don't give me a hard time.
No place to drink, no place to dance.
Bingo, yeah! All right, yeah, man, check it out. Hey, look at those chicks over there, yeah!
How about if we make it up to you tonight? We'll have a turkey and tequila party, and we'll even buy everything.
Dinner is now served. Let's gobble, baby.
$1 bill.
This grosses me out so much. It's actually they're having a turkey and tequila party. So they're eating a what?
They allow that on Ocean City? Like they think that's okay to do?
I don't think so. They get in trouble. You'll see.
It delivers an onions of life.
Hey, where's the turkey? Where's the tequila?
Let me set you boys straight on something. If you think that you can come into this town and run rampant, you got another guest coming. You just as well head south to Wildwood, because Ocean City does not take this crap.
Packing up and leaving town, gassing up my wheels, I'm a heading down to the beach and strippers got some rockin' bands. We got some guys making eyes at the view they see. Party's going on till 2:45. Talking about where you should be. Ocean City.
What can I say but rock and roll?
I saw a little girl in a local record store today. She was looking pretty good, so I thought I'd make her play.
Okay, I got all the way to the credits and I realized the guy on the right is a guy I worked with, Eddie Brill. I worked.
I thought the name sounded familiar.
Yes,
Is he a comedian?
Yeah, he's the warm-up comic at Letterman for the whole time I was there. And he's the guy. So I messaged him and I just said, I just watched the greatest movie of all time and you're in it. This is him, by the way. This subtle performance here. And he got back to me and he said, he goes, the movie was total garbage. It was written by two college friends of mine. And he said Dennis Leary and Mario Cantone were both supposed to be in it, but dropped out at the last minute. And apparently it was somewhat mob financed by the director's uncle or something.
Did they say that about Computer Beach Party too?
Yes.
Wasn't Computer Beach Party also mob financed? I'd love to see a film festival of all the mob financed movies.
And I think most of them were beach sex comedies because they're like, oh, Animal House sold. Let's get into, we'll make a lot of money and there'll be
Cha-ching.
babes. And, yeah. So this is another movie from Melinda's. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but Scott, it's somewhere out there. It's Beach House.
It sounds like this pitch corner is going to go over here, huh? I mean, if you also
thumbs up for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me do my third one here. This is a scene where Dan he's creating a new album and he's talking with this artist about the CD art, and there's some classic lines in here. So I'm just going to ask you guys to observe silence during this. This is a clip for the final clip from Driver 23, which every Melinda should watch tonight.
All right, George and Steve, you have permission to mute yourself for this part.
And more in the belly, just right in the belly.
Now, do you want to do anything with the horse? Do you want it to have wings or make it a unicorn?
Nope, just a standard rearing stallion. You got the basic concept right there. The serpentine idea of the long neck and the long tail also plays on a lot of people's fear of snakes.
Have him about the same height, but have him sitting on it and the gold even more. Because you want this to be like millions, right?
Yeah, this dragon has been looting since the beginning of time is the implication.
Now, here's another one too. Should I throw a couple skeletons in here?
Oh, that only makes sense. He's been challenged in the past and people have failed, yeah.
Throw a couple skeletons in there.
Yeah.
He's been challenged in the past and failed.
That makes sense.
I just love the serious discussion about the dragon and throwing skeletons in there. Oh man, so good. So yeah, check out Driver 23. Stick with it because it is sort of an amateur documentary, and but once you get past the first 25 minutes, you're on board, and then you'll want to watch the Atlas Moth after that. That's the sequel to it, and it's just as good. So
movies from Melendez. Yeah, I have
movies
one quick bonus clip, and this is a glaring omission from last week. I was very excited about Cooking with Beefcake 2. JP Morgan hosted a hunk cooking show and left on the cutting room floor for some goddamn reason. I forgot to include this part. And I think you're going to be pissed at me when I play it for you.
I'm already a little bit mad.
I mean it. Don't burn your mouth. Oh, they drip here. What do you think?
Not
More?
yet.
Definitely want more.
Okay.
The scallop.
What's the matter? Did you find it?
I thought it was ice cream.
Here.
Little more?
Faster!
Oh wow, I'm furious.
It's a special night.
They just totally ripped. Joe, do you recognize that song?
Yeah, the night court song.
Yes!
But I was waiting for the transition. I thought maybe like Bull would be in the next scene.
They just blatantly needed some songs, so they made like a MIDI for like a crappy keyboard version of it, and that's the only refrain that plays, and then it just goes back to the regular. Yeah.
Was she in Night Court?
No.
Was he in Night Court?
No. Neither of them were in Night Court. Night Court is not mentioned throughout the movie.
Here.
I think Reingold Weege was the executive producer of both.
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
Faster.
So
isn't that weird?
It's a special night.
I also
and you
don't
want
like the
everything to
spoon
be just
shoveling
right.
the scallops to the guy.
No,
There's a
neither
lot of
do
great
I.
things. So yes, I am pissed off at you for not including that.
I'm very
last
sorry.
week.
I hope
Yeah.
I
that
first
makes
thought
up
it was
for
about the SFX, the sound effects. It sounded like it was straight from Joe Pickett's, like the chomping not going along was just like this grossly,
That was all
grossly exaggerated.
That was all natural sound. I did not sweeten the lip smacks. That's Shows to Raviolis.
Shows to raviolis. Shows to raviolis.
All right, guys, I have to ask you a question. Do you know what you were doing on Tuesday, May 7th, 1984, around 9 o'clock?
I would have been 8 years old. What was that? Tuesday, what? May
7th, 1984, around 9 o'clock. Maybe this will help.
Sleeping, probably.
So you could have been watching The Last Days of Pompeii, or Kate and Allie, or on PBS American Playhouse.
I believe I would have been watching Kate and Allie, but George, I have a hunch you would have been watching V, The Final Battle.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
And that means it's time once again for another installment of George's Unsettling Memories. So here's how V was.
Hey, by the way, some great flying windows on that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they fly out of my head.
And they are raw dogs. So
they are. It actually is too difficult for me to do anything else. So here's how V was pitched. It was a sci-fi made-for-TV epic, action adventure, perfect for an asthmatic 8-year-old in the suburbs.
A year ago, America witnessed the most astonishing event in history. The visitors arrived as our friends, but a few learned it was only a disguise. The final battle.
But what the ads didn't tell you was that, or this young man, was that the aliens were in fact man-eating reptilians plotting a takeover of Earth. So we're going to now look at the climax of the episode from May 7th, 1984. Now
Spoilers.
10:55 p.m. A human woman who'd been impregnated by a reptilian is finally about to give birth. What happens next may shock you.
How is she?
She's all right.
It's a girl.
I was so freaked out, but it wasn't over.
Give it
It wasn't.
Oh my God. We're having twins. I don't know.
it's a ghoulie.
So I ran screaming from the room. I could not sleep alone for many years. Not years, probably months.
Was that a C-section or was that vaginal?
It was a C-section.
Okay.
She had an epidural though.
But maybe they in the reboot, I'm sure it was vaginal. So this horrified me. While other kids were eating Jolly Ranchers, collecting scratch and sniffs, I wanted to know where this thing was. Of course, time goes on, things fade. I don't think about it until an eBay alert for V the Final Battle, because I'm always looking for videotapes for the show. And I have to find out what happened to that creature. I found out that its next appearance was on the set of Star Trek The Next Generation.
No way.
They were playing with it during the, while they were filming the pilot, and there's even this outtake.
Wait, George. Did you track down its VIN number? Is this how you found out everything about it?
No, I found the obstetrician, and Well,
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, Captain, that thing was killing my people. I told them. Shut up. It's wet.
So that was the big gag. So that was what, like 86, 87?
A couple years later.
1994, it appears on the set of ER as part of, according to Entertainment Weekly, a prank. And you're now going to see the footage of that prank.
Wow.
10 years after V.
Oh my God.
There's 2 liters in there. We got an abruption.
She's bleeding out.
Carter, Chan, gown up.
Get the baby out. Marty.
Blooper reel.
Still looks pretty good.
So now, what happened to it next? Well, it turned out they made a bunch of replicas. They're okay. They're not great. And then I found it. This is the alien baby from V.
The actual one.
Yes, and this is its current owner, David Thiel. And I contacted him, and I have the following interview.
No way!
I'm here with David Thiel, longtime sci-fi fan and former program director of WILL-TV in Urbana, Illinois, birthplace of the HAL 9000 computer.
Very true.
David, how in the world did you acquire the young person to your right?
Well, so back then, we didn't have the internet. And so I was part of some kind of V correspondence club. There was a guy named Guy. He had pictures of himself in costume. He had the picture of the baby. And I was like, I got to get in contact with this guy. He happened to know a lot of people in the special effects makeup industry. He acquired this from Rick Stratton, who designed it for Be the Final Battle. And at one point he needed some more money. Well, he wanted to finance another purchase, which weirdly enough was Mrs. Bates from Psycho 2.
Wow.
She was impressive. And so he was like, well, would you like to buy it? And I'm like, yeah. So I helped him carry Mrs. Bates into the apartment. And
the neighbors must have been thrilled.
Yeah, yes. So it stayed with me ever since.
Now, does it stay in the case on its own, or does it ever
never
crawl out?
It has not tried to crawl out, to my knowledge. This one is foam filled, so it's just a solid piece. The one in the show is clearly a puppet. I've never been 100% certain whether this was used in the show or if it was something that Rick Stratton made for himself.
What you're telling me is the puppet that drove me to the edge of sanity is still out there somewhere?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, George, you okay?
So it's now turned into an uninteresting mystery. I don't know where it is.
Oh, man. But George, you feel you didn't get any closure off of that then? So I was hoping for some. It doesn't sound like you got closure at all from that, right?
Well, I created content, so
It was a fun ride. It was a fun ride.
That's how we end every show. Well, we created content, I guess.
From V though, I remember there was a scene, and I was young. I was probably like 6 or 7 when that show came out, and the dog. Do you remember the dog from V? Wasn't there a dog that looked like a space alien dog?
Are you thinking of the movie The Thing?
No, I don't think so. I think it was V because my dad watched it. And I remember watching it with him for a little bit, and I saw this like space alien dog. Maybe it had 2 heads. I don't know. Maybe my brain is inventing this.
There was also a scene
I can picture it
in V where the lead actress ate a guinea pig whole.
Oh,
I was going to show that footage, but that
No, well,
it's only an hour show.
Next family want to watch it because it's not a comedy.
No, we would have been AFV into Kate or bloopers practical jokes right into Kate and Allie and called it a night. So yeah, but kids at school talked about it. Did you watch it, Steve?
No, I was part of a Kate and Allie family as well. One of my older sisters did, or like had somebody tape it or something like that. But no, I've never seen it.
terrifying for network TV. But
All right.
I was also unsettled by that white thing that was sort of cup cradling the way it was displayed.
Yes, the groin region.
The groin support for the baby.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I'll cover that next week.
Okay.
Good get, George. Good get on that one. But it's not done, right? I mean, you're still on a mission.
It may go until my murder. Yeah.
You're gonna open up your VIN book, your VIN number book, and just start paging through.
VIN, the final battle. Yes.
Yes.
These are videos that we find on the internet and feel like they're worth sharing. And this one, our friend Sarah Egan sent, I think she sent us both this. It's Christy Brinkley's Instagram, which we don't really show Instagram videos, but she was delighted by this. And so was I. We were once on a flight with Christy Brinkley. No, it's true.
Well, no, not only that, but Christy Brinkley was flying coach on that flight. She was back there with us rubes.
Yeah, from Calgary to New York, I think. So.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's this was from last week.
Hey, cheers! I'm Christy Brinkley. This is Bellissima Prosecco. This great, delicious, amazing Prosecco. Organic, of course, vegan, non-GMO, and delicious. Everybody wants to have a zero sugar, guilt-free selection on their menu. To you. Thank you.
The weirdest editing. And it also reminded me of Orson Welles.
That's what I was just going to bring up. The
dip
French.
it into our own supply here, especially this part. Oh, the French. The Paul Masson Winery. Anyway, that's the lovely Christy Brinkley pitching a new kind of wine.
George, what about you?
Well, I think I have to show a couple 900 lines. And
yes, new favorite segment right here.
Cute little dog you've got there. But hold on. In a previous life, he could have been George Washington. Nice cat. Perhaps Annie Oakley. And look at him. Why, it's Napoleon. Reincarnation. What human being was your pet in a previous lifetime? Master reincarnationist E. David Scott will tell you when you call this number. Just answer simple questions with your touch-tone phone. $1.95 per minute for entertainment only. Under 18, get permission. Call now. Learn who your pet was as a human in a previous lifetime.
What the fuck?
Everything happens to me.
I'm broke. Can't pay my bills.
I think I'm cursed.
I'm just bad luck.
Stop! If you're tired of bad luck, if you think your life is jinxed, now you can change it with E. David Scott's Curse Removal. Call this number and follow simple instructions.
No way. It really works. Within 2 days, I won this car in a drawing and $20,000.
Call and let positive forces instantly cast away the evil spirits that bring you bad luck. $1.95 per minute for entertainment only. Under 18, get permission. Call now and remove the jinx from your life.
Okay, so I found 5 commercials featuring E. David Scott. And well, he appears even in this one.
The seance is soon to begin. Everybody is gathered around the table, but there's one empty place. This is your chair. We'd like you to come and join us.
E. David Scott. To me, I thought maybe this was a long con by Tim and Eric. He really looks like Tim or Eric in character, right? But yes. I looked it up, and in the San Francisco Examiner from 1992, there was a classified ad for E. David Scott. So this is, it's real, I'm pretty sure. And in fact, I know it's real because following that number, I found this gentleman, Ray Lindstrom, the self-proclaimed king of infomercials and 900-line guru. And I asked him about E. David Scott, and he wrote me back and said, I'm going to send you a copy of my book, and that should answer your questions. But it looked to me, this is like the Necronomicon of capitalism. Fearless Confessions of a Serial Entrepreneur. So I'm going to look into it. I want to know more about E. David Scott.
So this book is all about E. David Scott then?
No, it's mainly about Ray Lindstrom, but there is one chapter about 900 lines.
Okay, all right. So, man, has there ever been a documentary about 1-900 numbers? If not, there should be, because these are just bad shit. Each week, George, that you do this segment, it's more and more bad shit each week. And I
was sure last week was going to be the end of it, and I found enough Yes,
Yeah.
I found enough for the rest of the year over the last week. It's
Good
crazy.
Lord, they always just seem like sketches, like on the Ben Stiller
Yes.
show or something.
Yeah.
Like they're just like.
I want to find out who Marty was in a past life. That's my goal. So I'm going to call that number. Steve, what do you have?
We'll continue along on Jock Shams. That's where we take commercials featuring somebody in the sports arena. And this week it's, see if I can pronounce this right, Haloti Nada. And it's for a commercial. Ian Wadlam sent this in, and it's a commercial for Royal Farms, which is apparently a convenience store chain in the Maryland area. And it offers itself no-fee ATMs, which is actually some really good fried chicken, he said. So let's roll it.
Using an ATM in most retail stores can cost you $2, $3, $4 or more. And that's risky business. But at Royal Farms,
no.
we never charge to use our ATMs, no matter where
Yeah, that's
you
how he
are.
danced.
Yeah.
Get cash fast and fee-free at all Royal Farms ATMs.
Now, how much
because
you
it's
gonna pay?
your money.
Yeah, that's the way we do it.
Real fresh, real
Timely
fast,
reference,
real
too.
free. Royal Farms.
They were really mixing the references there too. They were going with money for nothing but your chicks for free and risky business. And neither of those movies have been around for 30 years, right?
No.
And
Wow.
goatees are like 20 years old, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, so good. Nice
Good
work.
one.
Hey, let's jump into some IMGs.
Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention. Harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
Okay, we got a new harvester for IMG mining. Farmer Dan. He asked for some numbers, and if you want numbers, reach out to me, joe@foundfootagefest.com, and I'll send you 20 IMG numbers that you can harvest. Farmer Dan sent in his first harvest, and I'm going to show two of them. He's pretty good. He's a rookie, but he's good. IMG 3881. It has 40 views, and he calls it Flying Window Apocalypse. Now, I thought about playing this for this week in Flying Windows, but I was like, no, this is more of an IMG than it is a Flying Window. So here we are. 40 views.
Wow. It's like video art.
That's what I think it is. And it went out for really long, and it was way louder. I turned it down a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Went against
all right.
every instinct you had and turned it down.
It was even a little much for me. It was pretty annoying. Farmer Dan, IMG 3884, 32 views. This one's called Blood Vessels Wrap, and he says it's a real toe tapper.
The nutrients and oxygen that it has is transferred to every body part that we've had. We've earned this multiple times already, but I can say it again, just to be clear. The function of the vessels is to circulate our blood and make sure that our body gets the nutrients it needs. Vessels, they got what we need.
Oh, no.
They circulate our blood from our head down to our feet. Oh, baby, vessels, they got what we need.
Ooh.
They circulate.
It's like 4 minutes long.
From our head down to our feet. So we're gonna look at a disease that happens to vessels if you're not too careful or you like to smoke.
Or you like to smoke. Yeah, nice work, Farmer Dan.
Great one.
Yeah, and that's 4 minutes long, and I watched the entire thing, and it was tough to pick. I was like, I'm just gonna play the whole thing. Let's just, because then we can learn about blood vessels. Maybe next week.
Okay.
All right, last one. Flash sent this one. Flash sent IMG 3199, has 4 views. Flash called this one, he said that they might be having babies. This is a short one, so listen very closely, no talking. He said that they might be having babies.
He said that they might be having babies.
Good job. Digging up the tub, people up to see it's IMG minus.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
Yep. So there we go. Those are IMGs for the week.
Okay. And that's the cyber videos for the week as well. Next week, we are continuing to name state jingles, and I'm going to tackle New York. I'm going to tackle New York state jingles. There may be some controversy, but I'll have 4 good ones that all the Melindas can vote on by going to our Patreon.
I'm trying to think what's going to be in that. The Wiz,
yeah.
Nobody Beats the Wiz. That's got to be in there, right?
It's on the short list. It's on the short list. Yep.
But yeah, try not to do all New York City though.
No,
I feel like it's
yeah.
okay. Let's do some upstate.
Most of them aren't actually. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I've tried to spread it around. Yep.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna do an EP this Thursday, and I digitized Beginner's Guide to the Internet. It's 25 minutes long. It stars Dick Van Patten and his grandchild, and who does the voice of Krabappel? She's in it too.
Marsha Wallace.
Yes, Marsha Wallace is in it too, and yeah, so we can all learn how to get onto the internet and what this whole thing is about.
Timely, perfect.
Yeah.
For fans of Daniel Saunders and people who hate him, I will be impersonating the world's worst YouTube comedian by doing a mashup of him with Mark Huntsman, Disney World One Kid's Opinion. So I'm doing a video called Disney World One Songer's Opinion.
So, but here's the thing: like I can only show one songer a month. Why are you allowed to do songer whenever you want to?
Well,
like, why do you get to just willy nilly? Like, I'm going to do a songer now.
Well,
I'm not complaining.
No, notice I'm not playing it on the main show. You have to be a $5 patron, and you can click on it or you cannot click on it. So that's why it's.
I think this should count as one of Joe's songers. I mean, it's the episode songer. Let's just give him one less songer.
No. A songer is a songer. Nick Songer is a Nick Songer. So, but I do love Nick Songers more than anything, and you should sign up for the Patreon just for that alone. So, for my armpit wisps, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks.
You've been talking about it the last couple of weeks. We've been silent.
I have like a dozen wisps. I'm willing to give up maybe 6 of them, but I was going to. It really depended on how many sweepstakes we got in for. I asked people to write in because we have a hopper, and that we will reach in and we will give people wisps of my armpit hair if we pull your name out of the hopper. And so far, we've gotten 1. So far,
I was in the office yesterday, still holding steady at 1.
Is it no new ones?
Nope, no new ones.
Oh, that person's they're gonna get 6 wisps delivered to their front doorstep. So
congratulations.
If you want to enter, there's still time to enter. I think like in a month we'll do my wisp giveaway, guys. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Fine. Plus, so Joe's series TGI. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
Joe.
no. Well, I forgot what I called the sweepstakes, but it was like called something like, sure, I guess I'll take one of Joe's wisps. What have I got to lose? Sweepstakes. And then Nick, you're editing this one, so put up the address below it.
You got it.
So that people can, yeah.
Yep. All right. Plus, your new IMG spinoff series will be dropping this Friday again for patrons.
$5 and up. Yep.
And we just booked one of our first shows for the public at the Bell House in Brooklyn. So if you've been itching to go back and see live shows again, July 21st, that's a Wednesday night, we'll be doing tape trading classics at the Bell House. Excited to get back out there. Going out, we're excited about our Milwaukee Bucks, and Nep sent in a homemade Bucks music video called I've Got Bucks Lust that I'm going to play going out.
I think they can go all the way. I mean, that was like, did you see them? They beat Brooklyn the other day. That was the best Game 7 I've ever seen in my lifetime. So
yeah,
yes, let's definitely end with the Bucks, because here's the thing: if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
We'll be right back right after that.
Check out Eyesore Cinema, and remember, everybody's a puppet when they're dead.
I'd bash his brains against the goddamn radiator.
Got Bucks Lust. I love my Milwaukee Bucks. Got Bucks Lust. Got Bucks Lust. I love my Milwaukee Bucks. Got Bucks Lust. We vibe, supreme virtuosity, a supernatural, unflappable command of stealth, power, strength. This whole wide world believes in us. Shout, I love my Milwaukee Bucks. Got Bucks Lust. I love my Milwaukee Bucks. Got Bucks Lust. Got Bucks Lust. I love my Milwaukee Bucks. got butt's lust.
When we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
Mine not there for yuck anymore.
That's all I'm doing.
Sure, Yodel.
Tinkerbell!
An 8.
We'll be right back right after that.
And Kurt Polstead, the real great guy.
Nice.
Well, we made content, I guess.